A lot of people think this, that when they read a book or when they go through some content, they feel like the big thing is retention. But I don't think that the goal should be retention. I think the goal should be transformation. If you gave me a choice, retention or transformation, I would always take transformation. I wouldn't try and go for retention. Now, of course, part of transformation actually needs you to retain information, internalize it so that you can practice it and then get you to a transformation. So definitely there's a part of internalization. But for me, like when I'm going through content and when I'm going through stuff, I'm really trying to think about transformation. So I think the mindset and the expectations that you have when you start a piece of content or when you take notes or anything like that, I think that's quite different as well. So what I would do is I would actually have some mindset before me. Like when I would sit at a course, I would think from this course, what do I actually want to get out of it? And then I would list out all the things that I want to get out of the course before anything. And then I would make dua like, this is what I will get out of the course, inshallah. And then it will basically go to that, but it will always be transformation based. And so when I'm writing stuff down, I'm writing it in a way that will lead to me like taking some action or lead to some transformation. So for me, I wouldn't advise that you worry too much about retention. I think you should switch to transformation, and within that, retention will come there. There's also all those kind of studies about notes. If you were to actually read something once and then take notes on it, if you read the notes again very soon after it, that would help your retention. And then if you read it more again, that would improve your retention. For me, the way I do it is default is for me to basically try and understand it. Because a lot of my work is actually coaching and helping others. When I hear a new idea, I'm thinking, okay, this idea, how am I going to teach it to someone? And teaching to someone is a higher level than me just understanding it. If I understand it, that's one level, but teaching to someone else is a higher level. So when I'm going through content, the way my brain's trying to process it and store it is, how am I going to use this to teach someone or help someone or coach someone? And then part of that, obviously, if you know how to do it with someone else, you can benefit yourself like that as well. So like when I read a book, a really good book, for example, I'm trying to just go through the book, understand what the author's saying. It's usually on a very fast speed for me, maybe between 2.5 times normal speed. And I'm just going through it. And when I'm going through it, I'm thinking of really big actions that are going to move the needle. When you're driving and you're listening to an audio, your retention is very low. So I'm not so worried about it going. I'm like listening to it all, listening to the ideas. And if there's something that I think is really important, really interesting, either I'll make a mental note of it or I will basically write it down in my to-do thing. Just that, like, research more on this or send a voice note to someone else to do something or write something on it. So just like from this whole like 5 chapters, maybe I'll find one massive gem, one massive action that I'll go, this I have to do something with. And then 10 chapters later, maybe there'll be 1 or 2 others. So for me, if I read a whole book and from that book, I just get one piece of life-changing advice that I actually implement, for me, that's enough. That's enough. And I think that I'm someone who, because I was Amir of Al-Maghrib, I did a lot of different Islamic courses, all this kind of stuff. For me, when I look back at all these courses, there was so much information and it was so beneficial at the time. It got me closer to Allah, really good things. But I'm thinking if each course just enabled me to improve my character by one thing or improve my life by one thing, for me, that would have been enough because of how many courses we went to and stuff. So I think it's really about trying to figure out transformation and implementation rather than retention.